Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another UK Indie Show review. I'm your usual host for these, Dan, DP, or DeBreezy, but you'll notice I am not alone. I am joined by a guest speaker, so to speak. I am joined by the legendary Twitter user, Muzza. How you doing?
Good to finally get on here. It's been how many years in the making?
This is the unofficial wrestling ramblings.
Yes, yes. The show that must not be said. It finally happened.
Fucking Darius Shay's having a little aneurysm somewhere.
Yeah, he'll find this out and be like, "What the fuck? What the hell?"
Why is it HCW? Huh? No, but we are here to cover the latest show from the Scottish company BCW. No blood, no sympathy. But we're covering night two because that's the one you attended, right?
Yes, night two was the one that they did. Their first night was an East Cool Bride. I tried to look up any results, couldn't find any, unfortunately. So whatever happened on that show happened.
Fair
Well, it
enough.
just never happened. It never existed. What
Exactly.
BCW?
You know, Occam's razor. You know, it's often the simplest explanation for things, and if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Uh,
Yeah.
but so yeah, this happened in the Kilmarnock Grand Hall on December 2nd, which was Saturday, so that was yesterday as we're recording this. But before we get into things though, how was the venue in your experience? Is it your first time there, or have you been there before? Or...
It was my first time there, actually. As someone who's from Ayr, and if you know football at all, Ayr and Kilmarnock don't get along. So obviously, my first thought is, "Wow, this is terrible." But no, in all seriousness, it's a good hole. Apparently, it's gonna be BCW's last show there for a while because they're actually doing refurbishment. So they're going to be refurbished and it's going to look a lot better. So but yeah, it look good, look good. Look, it gave. I wouldn't now. Terrible words. It does give off a slight York Hole vibe in a sense.
Yeah,
Then because you've got everyone seated downstairs, and then you've got an upstairs bit as well.
yeah,
That is well, when we were in York Hole, did the upstairs bit get used by people?
it does. Yeah,
Yeah, it does. Okay, so yeah, so it's like you got your downstairs bit and you got your upstairs bit.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny you mention that actually because I was going through the Facebook posts on the show itself, and I was like, is that very similar looking place to your goal? I was like, it has the like cylindrical roof that your call has.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the way these typically work, you know, the guy who attended the show will be the one to go through the matches, what happened, who won, what move was done, etc. Star ratings, if you want to do that as well, up to you. But
So I do all the work and I'll eventually tag you in for the hot tag.
kind of, I'm sort of like the glue that holds it all together, rather than you just rambling and rambling, you know.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, without any further ado, we should probably just get into things. So, you want to take it away with what was the first match of the night?
Well, you say the first match, but that was not the first thing to happen on the show.
Oh,
There was
okay.
actually a opening. There was actually a opening segment with the owner. I forget it's. I know him by a different name. I know him by his character name, but his manager name. It was just Graham. Basically, he's been
Right.
owner of BCW since 2012. I think he took over from his brother, who was used to run the show for ages. But yeah, he came out. He brought out this guy who does the music for a lot of BCW stuff, and then he asked him to basically do a live performance for the BCW World Champion, who also came out, that being BT Gunn. And they bring up the fact that BT Gunn has been BCW champion for 8 years.
But how many?
Eight.
8 years.
8 years.
So he's like,
8 years.
so he's beaten like San Martino. Like,
Yes, like forget Roman Reigns. This is your tribal chief. The tribal chief, the Oddity BT Gun.
the Oddity
To be
Chief
fair, though,
himself.
there was also from 29. He didn't defend from 2019 to 2022, but that was due to COVID,
Arsenal
obviously.
select
So
Roman Reigns then.
that yeah, so there was a bit. There was a bit of a break in between, but he's been. He was usually a fighting champion. He's like the list of names of guys he's beaten. He's beaten Pete Dunne. He's beaten Jody Fleisch, Wolfgang. He's anyone that they brought out for him, he's beaten. So
Yeah.
he's been proven to be a fighting champion and a tough guy to beat. So yeah, they are just bringing up the history of BCW, thanking the fans and all that. I do admit I was quickly looking for my phone. I hear something. I turn up. By God, BT Guns just striked Graham, the manager. It's
Oh.
a heel turn. He's been face all this time and he's turned heel. Turned heel, saying, you've brought all these American stars over when you had me all along. I should be the main guy. So, it's
Yeah.
standard, I should be the top guy. I'm the champion.
Yeah. Rightly
And
so.
obviously he walks off and then the manager says, look, BT Gun says, I'm out of here. And the Graham's like, no, you still got your main event to do. And I know this guy who's coming in will beat you. So yeah, just hypes up the main event for tonight.
Fair enough. I like the idea of the
Yeah.
guy coming in. He's like, you know what? I've got a match later on, but done that. I'm off. See ya. Like, goodbye.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, he just runs down Kilmarnock, says it's the right hole. As someone from Air, I agree. So this is a face turn for me, but like,
but
I don't know what's your equivalent. I don't know if there's a place in London you hate being in.
I mean, London hasn't really got any beef with any other places. Like maybe Croydon, but saying that it's not really a beef per se.
Yeah,
There's areas in London that I don't like being in, like Peckham, for example. I'm not a huge fan of that area, but other than that, it's not really it's not like a turf war sort of thing. It's nothing like that for me, like in London at least, because London's like a big hub anyway. So it's similar to
yeah.
Birmingham or Manchester. There's no beef. There's no real beef between those places because they're all big in their own right. Whereas you'd have smaller areas that have other kinds of beef, like Newcastle and Sunderland, for example, like that sort of thing. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it seems like you're in enemy territory because you're hidden away amongst the masses in this grand hall.
Yeah. Well, I just keep my air biases to myself in the show. I just kept quiet.
Fair enough. But so after the opening segment, I believe we got into the first match.
Yes, we did go into the first match. It was Logan Smith versus Shay Monet. Now, these two, both up and comers in the Scot. They're big. They're becoming big names now. Obviously, but you've heard of Logan Smith and you know who Shay Monet is.
I know who Monet is. Yeah, they had they won the TNT Extreme Championship a couple of months back before they lost it to, I believe, a cashing in Charles Crowley.
Did they not beat Charles Crowley for it? Then someone else cashed in. Was it not Tate?
Tate, sorry, yeah. So I'm going confused. Sorry,
Yeah.
they beat Crowley and Tate cashed in.
I
Sorry.
believe you forgot your boy was champ.
No, because I forgot the order. That's all. I thought Tate bought Crowley. I thought Tate fought Crowley. That's why.
No.
But yeah, so yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
know Che Monet. And Logan Smith, as you said, is someone that I don't necessarily know, but someone who I have heard of being like a prospect from the Scottish areas.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the top prospects. I've seen him lots of times, and I've seen these two face off twice before, so I know what they can do together.
Mhm.
It's a good open. It's overall a solid opener. Logan Smith's got some high flying in him. Shay Monet's character work does it. He's great. He's a great narcissistic heel.
Yeah.
Heel. Yeah, just an overall solid opener, and eventually Logan Smith gets the win, being Jay Monet with a cutter or RKO. to get the win, and what was just a solid option. I always say Logan Smith is one to watch and invest in,
Yeah.
certainly.
Yeah, I believe they're both quite young as well, actually, in the industry. So they've probably both got like bright futures ahead of them, I'd say. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, have you got a star rating for the match, or is it not something you're doing?
I've not done the star
All
rating.
right, no
No.
worries. No, that's fine. No worries. So go forward. We won't do that over this one. But yeah, seems like it was a good match overall. And was there anything in between before the next match, or was it straight to the next match?
Just straight to the next match. We
Okay.
have what was originally it was meant to be was meant to be Cryx versus Sheik Al Sham, but as it turns out, there was a lot of people who couldn't make the show, so she couldn't make it, and his replacement was Colton Davis. Now, admittedly, I don't know much about Colton Davis. It's the first time hearing him. I believe he's from Scotland, and I believe he's one of these up and comers again. So he's
Yeah.
quite a big guy as well. Like he's over 6'5", so he's got height on him. And Cryot, the OVW Kentucky heavyweight champion, he's came over from America, so
Yeah.
he's got that belt with him. And considering OVW had that documentary, I haven't watched it. I don't know if Crikes is in it, but that'd be
Yes. Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. Crikes' gimmick is a bit of a sort of like a mixture of a mixture of sort of he's like a Scottish gladiator in a sense, but yeah, he looks like $1 million. But yeah,
Yeah. So
uh,
we were
yeah.
saying before we recorded that he's not actually from Scotland, is he?
No, he's actually from Minnesota. Like I said, he's from OVW, so
Yeah. Yeah.
he's
As a bit.
he's just travelled over for this. So fair enough to him.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, this match. After a solid opener, this one goes crazy. Crazy. You start off with the first real spot is Cryx hitting Colin Davis with a suplex on the
Ooh.
and then they and then they brawl up the entranceway, down the stairs, disappear, and then come out through a side door, so they're brawling through the crowd. So now they're just brawling through the crowd, end up going up to the bar, and Cryx ends up asking the bartender to order 2 drinks. Ordering 2 drinks, and he takes a shot of something. I don't know. I think I saw it wasn't actually like a shot of alcohol. It was like a shot of fruit juice, which is
Yeah, it
just
makes sense. Yeah.
funny. And then Colton Davis takes control, and he drinks I think it was Iron Brew. So you could tell who's the actual Scotsman in this. Yeah. And then they even brawl towards where I was sitting. Like as I turn around, and there's Fryex throwing Colton Davis into a bin. So it's like
Ah.
they rolled everywhere, and then it's every very back and forth. One's in control, then all of a sudden the other's in control. Colton Davis does the usual shush before hitting some quite nasty chops on Cryx.
Yeah.
Eventually, they go back through the other side door, back up the ramp, and then eventually, oh yeah, there's a wrestling ring. Let's go in there.
It's been there the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. This was never booked as a false count anywhere match. I was wondering where the ref was. I assumed this should have been counted out ages ago, but I
Yeah.
guess
Where's the 10 count?
yeah. Well, where are my rules?
Exactly. You must follow the rules.
Terrible,
Like there's a rule book.
terrible. But anyway, but yeah, it was definitely wouldn't say a spot fest, but a lot of walk and brawl.
Yeah.
Walk and brawl. Ref gets distracted, checks on Christ, and doing so, Colton undoes the top turnbuckle, and then he trips, and then Crix goes to attack him. Colton trips him up, and he hits his head on the top turnbuckle, and then once again, ref gets distracted by the top turn, but he sees the top turnbuckles undone. He quickly tries to fix it, and during which Colton Davis gets the OVW title, whacks him in the head with it, and Rev turns around and sees the pinfall, and yeah, Colton Davis ends up winning the match, which was a surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just said like someone who necessarily you didn't know, and I certainly don't know him. I know Cryax from as the OVW documentary and that one show I covered back in August, but other than that, I don't
Yeah.
really know him. So it's from what I've seen of Cryax and what limit and very little / nothing that I've seen of Colton Davis. Uh, Sounds like he's one to watch as a heel
Yeah,
character, and
definitely. And he ends up holding up the belt, making it look like he's won the belt, but it was never a title match. So, and
yeah,
then
I mean,
eventually, Cryax lays afterwards. Colton turns around with holding the belt, and Cryax lays him out to get his heat back and hold up the belt and such. So yeah, Cryax gets his heat back at least. But yeah, it was overall a good match, a decent brawl, I'd
yeah,
say.
absolutely. I think there's definitely going to be some sort of future as well where Colton gets a title match, whether it's an
Yeah, if
OVW
he ever
or
comes up.
a
Yeah,
BCW event.
yeah, no, certainly.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, sounds like a match that was all over the place, quite literally. But was there anything in between, or was it straight to the next match?
Nothing in between again. Once again, another we go into the match. It's a tag team match. This one's got a lot of name value. It is Penny Williams and Casey Owens, who was replacing I think it's Lizzie Evo.
Yep, Evo. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And they're taking on Angel Hayes and WWE, I guess you can say legend. Former WWE wrestler Scotty Too Hotty.
Fair.
Obviously, Scotty comes out. He's over.
Yeah,
He
he will be.
goes into the crowd and such. Takes so long that his theme ends and then loops. He's milking his entrance, which fair enough. He's over enough that he can get away with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this match it was good match. It was a decent enough match. Angel and Casey did a lot of the work, did most of the work, heavy lifting of the work, and Scotty tags in every now and him and Kenny do some spots. We do get a bit of we do get the sort of like boo yay spot. Like the heel will go up, boo.
Yeah.
That was with Casey, and then Angel will go up, hey, ooh, hey, ooh, hey, and then Scotty acts as the judge and decides who wins. Shock and horror, it's Angel.
But
And then yeah, the bit of a back and forth match, and then eventually Scotty gets Kenny Williams down. You know what's coming next? It's the worm. Boom, boom. Oh. Crowd chants along. He hits the worm on Kenny Williams. He rolls out of the ring. Scotty then takes out Casey, and he looks like he's gonna do the worm on Casey, but throws it to Angel, who does the worm. Who instead does the worm on Casey, and that is enough for Scotty and Angel to pick up the win.
fair play. Fair play.
Yeah.
How was Angel
Yeah.
Hayes' worm compared to Scotty's?
I'd say I was worried she wouldn't be able to do it. She actually was decent at doing the worm.
That's fair.
It's obviously nowhere near as good as Scotty's, but it was not bad.
That's fair enough. Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
what's the word? A complex maneuver to pull off, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like it was a fun match. Sounds like it was fun for the attendant, for
Yeah,
the
definitely
audience.
compared to the other two, it was a bit more of a cool down, but it was the crowd were very invested no matter
Yeah,
what, so that was the main thing.
yeah, precisely. Yeah, and that's. I mean, you're not going to get a complete brawl or a technical masterclass out of Scotty to AI. So
Yeah,
this
it's
is
gonna be
sort of
certain spots, hit the classics,
yeah, exactly,
send the fans home happy.
exactly, or at least for the first half anyway. Uh,
Yeah. We then get a promo from Scotty post match, just talking about how he used to be in the PC and he left 2 years ago because he missed doing this, going to shows, and he also reveals he's now coaching in AEW, which was something I wasn't aware of. But hey, that's good for him. He's
Yeah,
still
fair play.
getting
Get
jobs
that
somewhere, and he's getting
money. Yeah.
get that Tony Khan money.
Yeah.
Khan money. You couldn't think maybe he's also doing some scouting. You never know. They've just released they've just now started selling tickets for All In, obviously, which is now, I think they've already sold 35,000, which is
Yeah.
yeah,
It's really
it
good for them.
shows
It's like 9 months out still, and they're just
yeah,
already.
9 months out, still no matches. We don't need to announce anything. We can book anything and they'll eat it up.
Yeah.
The main event's gonna be Luther versus MJF, and you're gonna like it. Yeah, that was the end of the first half. There was a bit of a break. Get some snacks. You do a raffle. Get raffle tickets.
Hey.
Yeah, but Scotty, which I did do.
We love a good raffle.
Yes, yes, we do. That was the one thing I missed. That was missing from All In this year was a raffle.
Just a massive stadium-wide raffle.
Yep. Well, what's the worst that could happen?
So say in theory everyone bought one. That's 70 something thousand tickets that you've sold, and then you got someone like Justin Roberts.
1,000, I think. Or are you going to start arguing about attendance numbers here?
I don't know what
Tickets
number was.
sold on.
But
we're not getting involved.
No, but no. Say like everyone bought one, you got 70,000 odd tickets. So then he's got the Justin Roberts having to go through this massive like laundry basket of tickets, like to find the right
It's
number.
like you got maybe like 5 bags worth of tickets. And it's like, ooh.
But yeah, we're getting a little sidetracked here. We went to the show itself. BCW. Again, no blood, no sympathy. Sorry. Part 2. After the interval. So, was there anything happening during the interval, though, or just straight into the
nothing
part?
really. Nothing really happened in the interval.
Okay.
We just head straight into the next match. It's a Hozfest. It's Rampage Brown versus Andy Roberts, the former Andy Wild, if you may know him better as. Yeah, this match certainly had my interest because it is just beef everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Rampage gets some good heel heat. It starts off as every Hozfest does, tests of strength, pushing into the crowd, and there's a funny spot where Rampage tells the ref, "Hey, he's pulling my hair."
Ah.
Yeah, Rampage. Yes, Rampage, well known for his locks.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's online. I was hoping for a bit more, but it's a lot. There's just a lot of holds. Admittedly, it was a bit. I wouldn't say it was disappointing, but it wasn't what I was. I was hoping for a lot more. There was some shoulder charges. Rampage gets good heat. Anytime he got Andy in a hold, he would sneakily grab his hand onto the rope to make it hurt more. And he keeps doing that until he eventually gets caught, and the ref does the kick the hand.
Yeah.
Kick the arm off the ropes, and then Andy gets control. Rampage looks to have it won, but Andy counters and then hits the. After Rampage, I think was going to go for a spear. Andy dodges. Rampage hits the ring post. He's out, and then Andy hits the Vader splash for the 3 count.
Fair play. Sounds like an absolute hoss fight. 2 big meaty men slapping me.
Yeah,
as the saying goes.
Biggie will always love it.
But yeah, sounds fair. It sounds like it was a fun match, a good match for those who enjoy hoss fights. Was there anything else happened after this, or straight into the next one?
straight into the next match. It's a tag team match. It's the Knockout Kings versus what was originally meant to be the UK Hooligans of Zack Knight and I think Roy Knight.
Yeah.
However, it was found out that Zack Knight's injured, so he couldn't make it. So the replacement was KOE, the brother team of Marcus King and Andy King.
Okay.
Now, I will believe you've not heard of KOE.
I've not, no.
No, but they've been around a decent. They're again similar to Logan Smith, a bit of a more of an up and coming duo in the Scottish independent scene. They were recently ICW tag champs this year, so they're definitely up and comers. Before the match kicks off, the Knockout Kings have been a thorn in the BCW side for a while. They've been trying to actually, in a sense, take over the company for quite a while. So they're big heels in this place, and it's been announced. The manager Graham does a promo pre-matches and announces that this match is now for the BCW tag titles that have been vacant since 2016. So haven't really had used them in a while. So all of a sudden, yeah, we're just going to bring this back now. So
Yeah, it's very convenient.
yeah, big. Yeah, so all of a sudden, a lot more intrigue in this match, and there's a big reason to win to become tag champs. It was interesting watching this match because I have watched KOE a couple of times, and I've usually watched them as heels, but this time they're faces. So it's a unique dynamic here. They do well as face. They did well enough as faces. I think it's a bit easier being a face than a heel.
Yeah.
But yeah, KOE are in control for most of the match. But Knockout Kings do have great heel heat. I think there was a bit of a plant crowd spot where one of the Knockout Kings actually shoves a fan to the ground. I was like, didn't expect that, and I think it's obviously a plant. Someone who knows them, and they're like, yeah, shove me, it'll get great heat, and it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, KOE are in control, but Knockout Kings do some cheating and get back control. Some other spots, stereo super kicks by KOE, and then a suicide dive by one of them. And then eventually there's a cheap shot from the outside, and then one half of the Knockout Kings gets the gets a roll up, grab the tights, and they've won and became the new BCW tag champs. We don't see the belts, unfortunately. It seems like they're probably still remaking them, but yeah, they're now officially the Knockout Kings are now the BCW tag team champions.
Fair enough. Sounds like
Yeah, and then there's a post-match promo from them where they're calling out the manager again, and then they're saying that 2024 is the year we will take this company from you and such. Yeah. So they seem to do that a lot.
Fair enough. So it seems like the Knockout Kings are going to be your tag team at least for some part of 2024. The ones in charge of that division. But yeah, how was the environment? I guess at this point before I'm assuming we're getting in the main event. Like how was the crowd? Yeah, how was the crowd going into this main event? Were they hyped? Was it?
Definitely, they were excited. There's a lot of there's obviously with some of these indie shows, there's these Scottish indie shows that aren't ICW. There's a lot of younger kids, so like they're loud, so you get their reactions, and the wrestlers play off it. It's definitely good. There's sometimes it's a bit much, but it's not bad per se.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Damn kids.
But
yes, main event time.
Yes,
the BCW Championship. Your 8-year champion BT Gunn in a open challenge. We didn't know beforehand who it was. BT Gun comes out. He gets heat. Load of you
Does
sold
he
out.
does,
You sold
does
out.
he do a promo at the start before he's like Kilmarnock, acknowledge me.
Unfortunately, not. But he just cuts a. He does cut a promo before his opponent comes out saying that no one's worthy enough to beat him. I've been champion for 8 years. Puts his hands out to say 8. There we go. I was like, tries to
We'll get
count
there,
to
yeah.
10.
There's 8.
8. 10. 8. Yeah, I think if you took a shot for every time he said 8 years, brought up 8 years, you'd be hammered. But
Fair.
yeah, B, BT Guns, just, he says, bring out whoever you've got. They're not going to be enough to beat me. And it's revealed to be a returning from injury. He's Baz Black,
Ah.
who, similarly to Logan Smith, is a young prospect, two-time ICW ZOG champion. He's even shown up in Rev Pro before his injury, so he had a lot of momentum heading into 2023, and then he had this, what I believe is an ankle injury. I think I showed you off screen what the photos look like, and you said it definitely looks like an ankle thing.
Yeah, I said it was I'm not a medical professional, obviously, but yeah, to me it looked quite bad.
Yes. Yeah, Daz Black, also coincidentally the BCW openweight champion, which
Uh,
is in a sense sort of like basically that cruiserweight / X division title.
yeah.
Daz Black, his last defense actually was against Robbie X, which was, I knew who Robbie X was. Obviously, I'm like, that's a match I would have liked to have seen, but never did. But yeah, uh, it's BT Gun versus Daz Black. The ring announcer's doing the announcement of here's your challenger, and then BT Gun grabs the mic off her and suggests that he suggests to Daz Black, but he says to Daz Black, what, you've been out 10 months, what are you doing getting a title shot? What makes you think you're worthy of jumping the queue? And then he says, if you really want to be in this, you put that open weight title on the line. So he's suggesting title for title, winner takes all.
Yeah.
Yep, and then Daz Black agrees to it before sucker punching
Oh.
BT, which is
Heel turn.
he's great. Yeah, so this babyface knows what he needs to do. But yeah, this match is very good. There's once again a bit of a quick brawl into the crowd. Just a short brawl into the crowd spot. Daz Black throws BT Gun through a door. It's very heated.
Yeah.
Very heated. BT Gun's targeting Daz's injured ankle, obviously.
Yeah.
Or the fresh ankle, so. But yeah, this match, very good back and forth. Arguably, probably no doubt, match of the night.
Yeah, that's fair
For
enough.
me. For me, both of them have their own. Both of them hit their finishers. Like Daz hits the curb stomp, which only gets a 2. BT hits a roundhouse kick, only gets a 2. Then there's a ref spot. The ref goes down. Daz hits the STO, hits the pinfall 1, 2, 3, but no ref
Of course.
to count it. And while Daz is trying to get the ref back up, BT rolls out, grabs the belt shot. It's just like Craig's Colton Davies. God damn it, D'Lo. Someone's copy just flopped. Goes for the pinfall. A ref runs down. 1, 2, kick out.
Oh.
It's like you thought it was all over. It's not. It's not. That BT's annoyed and sucker punches the ref. There's 2 refs down now. This is. I joked about the tribal chief. This is becoming just like that.
Yeah, is that I'll say that, yeah.
I was half expecting Solo to come out out of nowhere.
God, my guys, the Uso. It's Jimmy Uso.
But yeah, BT once again. He's gonna go. He's gonna try and hit Daz again with the belt. Daz dodges it, kick to the belly, BT drops the belt on the floor, and his head's right next to the belt. You know what's coming next if you know Daz's finisher. Hits the curb stomp onto BT, onto the belt,
Yeah.
onto the belt. Goes for the cover. Both refs are down. Out comes the manager, Graham, to come out, and he does the 3 count.
Ah.
And gets the 1, 2, 3. That's right. An 8-year reign is Daz Black actually finishes the story, none like Cody Rhodes. Daz Black finishes the story and becomes the double champ, BCW champ and BCW openweight champ.
So I've got to ask, just out of fairness to BT Gunn as well, in your opinion, was the ref count at the end by the owner, was it a fast count?
Oh no!
Oh.
The ref count. I don't think it was that fast. It was a little bit fast, I would say. So I think obviously heading into 2024, they are gonna. BT Gunn's obviously not gonna take that line. He's gonna say he was screwed out of it, and I reckon this won't be the last time we see Daz Black and BT Gunn in BCW facing off in a BCW ring.
Yeah, absolutely fair. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because that would. To be fair, like I wasn't there, but it sounds like it was a great match to end on. And I'm familiar with both guys' work. Daz Black and BT Gunn. They're both good wrestlers. They're both really good wrestlers. So, you know, you mix chemical A and chemical B, you're going to get something good, out of that. And this does seem like it was that good combination between the pair of them. And a solid way to end the show.
Yeah, there was actually one other thing. BT Gunn, obviously, he was holding his belt. He's realizing 8 years is over, and he does actually respectfully hand the belt over and shows Daz the respect. And it's like, oh, he's done a big show. He's turned heel and face in the same night. only no, he hasn't. He actually tries to attack Daz, but Daz lays him out, and that's the end of the show. Send the fans home happy. And yeah, that was announced. That's their last show for 2023. Then their next show, I think, is in March.
That's quite a way away, but yeah.
yeah. That is kind of the case with a lot of. If you're not ICW, there's not a lot. You don't do many shows. You maybe get 4 or 5 shows a year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a good way to end the show. They're announcing that their next show will be in East Cool Bride on March, featuring the return of one of your favorites, I would say.
Oh.
It's yourself, Grado.
Oh, fuck off.
Yes, I will never let you go of that. You will eventually turn and like Grado.
Never.
You're gonna have to when you watch him in that show you're going to in February.
I'll support an opponent rather than him.
Do you want to say who that opponent is?
Not right now. Leave a surprise. But
yeah, that was the end of the show.
Fair enough. So overall, how would you rate the show? Was it a good show? Was it slow in places? Was it like generally decent all round or really good all round?
Yeah, it was a good show. It was overall a good show. I wasn't. It was a bit. I wasn't sure how big it was going to be, but I thought it was. I was pleasantly surprised with how big of a show it was. It was overall a very good show.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say compared to some of the shows I've been to this year, I wouldn't say it's getting in my top 3, but it was overall solid night.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, considering that part of the shows you went to this year have been part of All In Weekend, so
yeah. Shock and awe, I think my top 3 shows are all not Scottish, so that just shows you how.
I mean, you've been to Wembley Stadium, you've been to the literal London Olympic Stadium as well, like.
Yeah, and I forget Clapham Grand Hall. That's
Yeah,
the other
of
one.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was the end of the show. There was nothing else afterwards, something like that. No,
That was it.
fair enough. So yeah,
That was it. Headed out, went home.
fair
Went
enough.
home, couldn't wait to get out of Kilmarnock.
But with that in mind, that brings an end to this indie show review. Want to thank Muzza for coming on to the show. He attended. I've been Dan, DP as always. Muzza, have you got anything you want to promote for yourself, or like your Twitter or anything like that?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. I should have. Hopefully, someone's made my box. I would assume.
Is there?
But yeah, it should be at Murraybone44 on Twitter. I don't have anything else to plug, but hopefully this won't be the last you see of me.
Well, hey, who knows? Who knows?
Hey, who knows? There may be something in the works.
Who knows? I can't say for certain. But yeah, as always with our things, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. You know, click the notification bell to get your notifications. Any comments as well. You want to see less of me? Do you want to see more of me? Do you want to see more of Muzza? Do you want to see someone else cover a different show, etc.? That sort of thing. Any other shows as well that you're interested in seeing us cover. We've got a little bit of a range among the UK now, so there are other shows that we are open to attending if there's interest in those. Barring that as well, we have our means above us as well, above my head here. So we have our that way. We have our Twitch, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Threads. Threads, we'll get back to putting on Threads. It's just been busy, and we've kind of forgotten it with Instagram being the main thing and being like the parent company of Threads. But you know what I mean. But yeah, other than that, as I said, I've been Dan DP. This has been Muzza, and we will bid you adieu. So catch you guys in the next one. Peace.